access gap for me is a hot button. It's been my motivator. It's fair is not equal and equal is not fair. And I think that the most successful teachers see students as individuals. Yes, they have their body of curriculum that they need to teach, their topics, their all that, and that changes, ebbs and flows, especially with the politics and stuff like that. But the concept of knowing your students and being able to get the best out of them and get the curiosity out of them will get you very far. Especially nowadays, compared to when I started to now, you can Google anything. So the fact that you can recite all the presidents, okay, that's great. I cannot. But I can look them up, right? And so much else goes into teaching. There's so much fomenting the person as a person, so much honoring their heritage, their culture, their history, whatever's happened in their backgrounds, the ACEs scores, and there are some that don't have high ACEs scores, the financials, and there are some that don't have financial issues, all those things. So as simple as a school having a set of washers and dryers so that the kids who don't have access to that easily can take care of business, and the adolescent self-esteem is so under construction that if you don't have to worry about clothing, you've already made strides. And so in my retirement, I have been instrumental with the Community Foundation in creating the chapter for this county and the city of the Dolly Parton Imagination Library, which is about access. It's about getting a book in the hands of newborns through 5 years old once a month, and we made the commitment to do it for free. So we're not asking you, can you pay the $26 a year for your child to get these books? We're saying, congratulations, a child was born. In your care package from the midwife or the hospital or whoever, you have a registration form. Please register, because we know what happens with brain development. We know that by the time kids get to kindergarten, it really doesn't matter if they know the alphabet or their numbers. But if that brain has been just firing and growing and becoming to the extent that you are competitive as a learner, we have closed some of the access gaps. And so access can also be whether or not you know the language. Access can be whether or not you have the funds to participate in sports or activities. Just so many different things. So a couple of the things that we did in my most recent phase, which would be the principal, was and I don't take credit for it, the nutrition manager or director did the grants and the politics and everything else to where our kids come and they get breakfast, they get lunch, and they can pick up a snack on the way out. Anybody. I don't care if you're the wealthiest. I don't care if you're the least able. Anybody can eat 3 times a day in that school at no cost. Okay, that's huge. It takes away the self-esteem. It takes away you walking up to the cashier and admitting, I'm on free reduced lunch, so please put in that number. That sort of thing. It's just, I didn't bring my money today. It used to be if you didn't bring your money, they gave you peanut butter and jelly from the back. But what if you have a peanut allergy? So take all that away and allow this child to be a child and a learner, right? We have free access to any of the feminine hygiene products you need. Don't care if you can. Don't care if you're just too lazy to bring yours every month. Don't care if you're taking them home to share with your little sister. You know what? It should be a non-issue, right? We have a clothes closet. We have so many things to just take away the details in life so you can just be a student. We scrutinized every possible on-ramp, is what they're called, on-ramps, to make sure that you can access the community college for an associate's degree before you graduate, no matter where you are in life, no matter what your grade point average is. Sometimes there has to be a cut score, but keep that cut score reasonable. Don't make it just the elite and the beautiful people and the special people. Not everybody can be president of the SGA. Not everybody can be captain of the team. But what else are you that we could tap? And that goes back to the classroom and allowing teachers to empower students. because there are ways of leading. You don't have to have the title. You don't have to, if you want to form a club, absolutely. Let's find you an adult who can sponsor that club, and let's support you feeding your interest. Huge advantage to being in an area and a school system this size. There are, I'm gonna get it wrong, 10 elementary schools and 2 middle schools, and next year there will be 2 high schools. So that's how much they've grown, right? And the advantage to having a system that big or small is that I can contact the mayor, who also happens to be a friend now, and say, I'm looking for a group of business people or a group of farmers or a group of fill in the blank, because I have a group of students that have a project that they have in mind, and they're talking about combining beehives with pollinating plants and maybe working in the park that's downtown. There is somebody doing that. There is somebody interested in it, and there is somebody that would be interested in working with kids. And that person always, I'll put my money on it, always walks away saying, wow, those kids are cool. And realizing that adolescents aren't that stereotype. It's like, that was fun. And they asked good questions. And their labor for what I'm trying to get done, And it's a win-win-win. All you have to do is make those connections.
Right.
And it's possible in an area this size.